Shalom Aleichem. Today we have a small learning from Sefer, Mitzvas, Habitachon. That's this Sefer over here, Sefer, Mitzvas, Habitachon, about having faith in Hashem. It's a mitzvah, a big mitzvah. So let's take a look at it now. Sefer, Mitzvas, Habitachon. So we can start over here. Mi sheyesh lo midas habitachon, somebody that has the attribute of bitachon b'Hashem, of faith in Hashem, Yisbarach, he should be blessed. B'emes, in truth, somebody that has a true faith in Hashem, afilu im Nigzor olav chas v'chalila kama gezeros rose efshar lemidas hadin lishlot olav. Even if chas v'shalom, even if, God forbid, many bad decrees were decreed against him, God forbid, the midas hadin, the attribute of justice, of strict justice, is not able to rule over him. In other words, Hashem will save him from the midas hadin, from the attribute of justice, because he has faith in Hashem. He has the true faith in Hashem, that Hashem will help him or her. V'hu baduk, and this is v'hu baduk, and it's, one can, I think, one can search this out, like bedika, like bedika's chametz, searching out the chametz. In other words, one can check this out, that it is true. V'emes davar zeh mevoar b'kro tehillim kuf chaf hey aleph, and this is said in truth. It's mevoar. It's explained in the Torah. Tehillim, Psalms, Kuf Chafei, 125 Aleph. That's the 125th Perek, the 125th Perek chapter, and the Aleph, Pasuk Aleph. Shir HaMa'alos, Habotchim B'Hashem, K'Har Tzion, Lo Yimot, the Olam Yeshev. Shir HaMa'alos, a song of ascents, song of going up. Ma'alos, Ma'alam means going up. Habitachon b'Hashem, they that have faith in Hashem, K'Har Tzion, Lo Yimot, like the Mount of Zion, the Mount of Zion, Lo Yimot, will never be moved. The Olam Yeshev, they will always be sitting meaning in a safe way with Hashem's help. Shir HaMalos, it's a song of ascents. Habitachon b'Hashem, those that have faith in Hashem, K'Har Tzion Lo Yimot, like the Mount of Zion will not be moved. The Olam Yeshev, there will always be habiting the place. They will be habiting where they live. Nothing can move them. That's Keser Shem Tov. This is from Keser Shem Tov. That's Sefer. Keser Shem Tov means the crown of a good name. Keser Shem Tov. Cherdas Adam Yitain Mokesh. He that fears other men, or man, Yitain Mokesh, will give somebody. Mokesh is like a trap. In other words, one shouldn't fear other people, one should fear Hashem. Cherdas Adam Yitain Mokesh. The fear of man, Yitain Mokesh, is like a trap to the person, God forbid. Mishlei, Chav Tes, Chav Dalet. If one wants to look it up, it's in Mishlei, Proverbs, Chav Tes 29, Chav Dalet 24. Hacharada sheyecharad min ha'adam hi chet nafsho. V'nosein mokesh umagaberes ha'oyev umekareves hatzura alav. Hacharata sheyecharat ben ha'adam. The fear that a person fears from other men, from human beings. He chet nafsho is a sin of the soul. It's a sin a person has. V'nosein mokesh, and which gives it like a trap. Umagberes ha'oyev, and it makes the enemy, it gives him more strength. Umekareves hatzara olav, and it makes near the tzara, the bad thing, God forbid, upon him, God forbid. Ki ro'oi la'adam shelo yecharad mizaroa basar v'adam, because it is very fitting for a man that he should not be afraid of from the arms, in other words, from zroa, from the strong arms of other people, of other, whether the threatening strong arms of other people, of flesh and blood. One should not be afraid of this. It's very fitting that a person should not be afraid of this. V'yachin yiras libo b'Hashem. V'yachin yiras libo b'Hashem, and he should go and establish the fear of his heart should be established, that he should fear Hashem, God. Ubotech b'Hashem yisugov. Somebody that fears, it says in the pasuk, Ubotech b'Hashem yisugov. Somebody that has faith in Hashem, yisugov, will be uplifted. Min hatzara b'schar habitachon, will be uplifted min hatzara, from the bad things, the bad sorrowful things, God forbid. B'schar habitachon, because of the schar, the reward of the bitachon, of the faith that he has in Hashem. Hashem values this, that a person has bitachon in him. Afal pi shehoya sa hatzara ra'uya lavo alav, even if the tzara, the sorrowful thing, the bad thing was fitting to go upon him, still the person has faith in Hashem and he's trying the best he can to do good, so Hashem will uplift him from the tzara, from the bad thing. Hashem will uplift him. So let's see this again. The pasuk that uvoteach b'Hashem yisugov, somebody that has faith in Hashem, yisugov, will be uplifted. Min hatzara, from the sorrowful thing. B'schar habitachon, because of the schar, the reward that he will get from this bitachon, from his faith in Hashem. Afal pi shehoisa hatzara ra'uya lavo alav, even if the tzara mitzad hadin, the tzara from, let's say, strict judgment was fitting to go upon him, but still he has faith in Hashem, that Hashem will help him. So Hashem will uplift him away from the tzara. In other words, Hashem will help. Hashem will heal with his help, and will help him, and whatever it is, or her. Rabbeinu Yonah. Hadoig al olam hazeh lahasig me'umo hu me'guna ma'od. Somebody, Hadoig, who was so very worried al olam hazeh, something from this world, from lahasig me'umo hu me'guna ma'od, that one wants to gain something, hu me'guna ma'od, it's very not fitting. וזה לא נמצא כלל באנשים הבוטחים בהשם יסברך ומאמינים בו, ארכוס צדיקים שער הדאגה. וזה לא נמצא כלל, this is not found at all, באנשים הבוטחים בהשם, by people that have faith in Hashem, yisbarach, Hashem, he should be blessed, and they that have faith, they believe in Hashem, so they are not worried about Olam Hazeh. Archos tzadikim shar hadagos. Well, so they work on themselves so much that they have perfect faith in Hashem. So this is not found. This is not found in somebody that has faith in Hashem and believes in Hashem that He will take him away from this tzara. This is Archos Tzadikim, that's the ways of the righteous, the ways of the Tzadikim. Sha'ar HaDaga, that's the gate of Daga, of worry. HaDaga v'hayagon heim Michalim Halev v'heim Cholei Haguf. Hadaga, that's worry, v'hayagon, and also this is another kind of worry. One's thinking about it and obsessing about it. Heim Michalim Halev. These are things that put an end to the heart. God forbid. In other words, it's something that is bad for the heart. V'heim cholei haguf, and this is cholei haguf. It's a sickness it can cause a sickness to the body also, because when one is worried all the time, so this is very bad for the body too. It's a psychosomatic thing that one is so worried all the time, and very, God forbid, negative. It can cause the person to have negative symptoms in the body also. So this also is very bad for the guf, for the body. Hadoig al olam hazeh v'hu rachok me'od min haTorah. Somebody that is worried about olam hazeh, this world. V'hu rachok me'od min haTorah. He's very far from the Torah. Umin ha-mitzvos, umin ha-tfilah, and from mitzvos, from doing the mitzvos, the commandments of the Torah of Hashem. Umin ha-tfilah, and davening and praying to Hashem. Ve'ein tzarich le'ha'arich b'ra'asa. One does not have to go at length in explaining about that this is a bad thing. So in other words, we see from here that it's a good thing to be close to the Torah and to the mitzvahs and to the tefillah. In other words, we should strive to be close to Torah and the mitzvahs and the tefillah and davening. We should daven, say tehillim for things that we want Hashem to try to help us. We want to try to get Hashem to help us. So we should be learning the Torah, see what has to be done, and mitzvos, do the mitzvos that we should do, uminat tefillah, and be davening, be praying. So if one is away from these things, God forbid, one does not have to do a big explanation on that it is a bad thing. It's self-explanatory. Kikol hatovos habos min hasimcha heim hepech b'da'ago. Because all of the good things that come from simcha, it's a mitzvah to be b'simcha, to be happy if one can. One should strive for simcha. It's not an easy thing. All these things are not an easy thing that's being described there. To have faith in Hashem and not to be fearful of other people, and this is not an easy thing, but we have to strive to work to do these things, to try and put this in our way of thinking about things. All of the good things that come in a simcha, from happiness, and simcha, freilichkeit, good things, Heim hebech bedaga. So the opposite things are true about daga, about worrying. One shouldn't worry all day long. God forbid. And you should go and think about this. Sham means over there. So when it says over there, that means Archos Tzadikim. Shar Hada'ugu. Archos Tzadikim, the ways of Tzadikim, the ways of the righteous. Habitachon b'Hashem, Yisborach hu tamid sameach ma'od. Somebody that has faith in Hashem is all the time, is always besimcha, is always in happiness. Kemoshe Kosov, like it says, like it's written, Tehillim Lamed Gimel Chaf Aleph, in the Tehillim, in Psalms, Lamed Gimel, that's 33, Mem Aleph, Chaf Aleph, 21, Kivo Yismach Libenu, Kivashem Katsho Botachno, because in him our hearts were made joyful. Kivashem Katsho Botachno. In his holy name, Batachna, we had faith. So that says Tehillim Lamed Gimel Chaf Aleph Kivo Yismach Libenu, because in him our hearts were made happy. Kivashem Kacho, because in his holy name Batachna we had faith. So we see that simcha has to do with bitachon. Simcha, joyfulness, has to do with faith in Hashem. Habitachon b'Hashem, somebody that has faith in Hashem, Yisborach hu tamid sameach ma'od, is always happy. Kemoshe Kosov, she gets it from the pasuk. Tehillim Lamed Gimel Chaf Aleph, Kivo Yismach Libenu, because in him our hearts were made joyous. Kivashem Kacho Batachnu, because in his holy name we had bitachon, we had faith. Chavtes, this is the Sefer Mitzvas Habitachon. Gam Barosh Hashanah Mitzvah Lihiyos Sameach V'Tov Leiv Avoteach B'Hashem Yisbarach Shebarov Rachmav V'Chasadov Yotzi L'Tzedek Dinenu Ebed HaMelech Nehemiah Chestes Yud Al Tisabolu V'Al Tivchu V'Al Teyotzevu Ki Chedvas Hashem Hu Mo'uzchem. So in other words, when Rosh Hashanah comes around, we should be besimcha, we should have faith in Hashem that He will grant us a good year. With Be'ezras Hashem, He will grant us a good year. One shouldn't think, oh, I bet I did this thing wrong and I did that thing wrong. God forbid, one shouldn't think that way. One should think Hashem will find a way. I'm going to try to do good, and Hashem will find a way to help us have a good year and start over again and try to do the right things and things should be starting again. Hashem will give us another chance. So let's see this again. Gam berosh Hashanah mitzvah lihiyos sameach b'tov leiv avoteach b'Hashem yisborach. So also in Rosh Hashanah, it's a mitzvah to be happy. It's a mitzvah, we should be happy on Rosh Hashanah, not with the not with the downtrodden and worried. It's a mitzvah to be happy on Rosh Hashanah. With tov leiv and of good heart, good cheer, v'oteach b'Hashem yisborach. We should have bitachon, we should have faith in Hashem. Shebarov rachma v'chasadav, with His great mercy and His loving kindness. Shebarov rachamav, that's rachmanos, with His great mercy. V'chasadav and chesed, that's His charity, Hashem's charity and His loving kindness. Yotzi l'tzedek dinenu, He will carry out our din, we're being judged, so he will carry it out in the good way. In the good way, Hashem will find a way to help us. Eved HaMelech, Nehemiah says, this is Eved HaMelech, Nehemiah says, the Eved HaMelech is the servant of the king, Nehemiah. Nehemiah says Yud. Here's a quote from that, from Nehemiah. Al tisabolu, do not be. Al tisabolu, don't be in mourning. V'al tibchu, and don't be crying. V'al teyotzu, don't be sad. Ki chedvas Hashem hi mo'uzchem, because the happiness of Hashem, the happiness in Hashem, and the faith in Hashem, He mo'uzchem, this will be your strength. So it says in Nehemiah, Al tisabalu, don't be mourning. V'al tivchu, do not be crying. V'gomer, v'al teyotzvu, and do not be sad. Ki chedvas Hashem hi mo'uzchem, because the chedvas Hashem, the chedva means happiness, the satisfaction that one knows that Hashem is on our side with Hashem, with his help and everything. This is hi mo'uzchem. This will be your strength. Lashon HaTorah, and the Torah says Orach Chaim, Siman Tuf Kuf Pei Aleph. The Torah, that's one of the. It's like a Torah means the tower or the pillar. The pillar is from the Shulchan Aruch. The Shulchan Aruch. Isa b'Medrash. It says in the Medrash, Minhago Shel Olam. It's the minhag. It's the